Hello, my name is Kathleen Swett, and I'm applying as a new applicant for the RA/NA job for next year. For the first question, I think this is a tough one because in my experience in high school, group projects were definitely difficult because I feel like some people do the project and get it done, and then some people don't and push it off. I'm one of those people who get it done right away. I don't like to procrastinate. I am slightly OCD, so my whole life is run on to-do lists and on Google Calendar, and I just like to get things done so I don't have to stress about them later. And most people don't think that way, and I completely recognize why, because usually the tasks can be not fun or something that people don't want to do. But especially in a group project, I feel that everyone's voices should be heard and that everyone should contribute to the project. So in this case, I'm thinking an event. We already planned like what we need to do and what each person needs to do. And then I would complete my project. I would text the people in my group that I completed it. And then if it's kind of getting close and I see that one or both of my partners hasn't done anything, that I would text them to see like where they're at, communicate, because I think that's really important. If I didn't get anything, I would look at their part and think in my head how I would complete it, and maybe text them or communicate with them on how it could be easier for them to do it in like a specific way, or I would offer help if they needed it. And then if I didn't have anything, then the day of, I would complete it, but I would text them and say that I wish their voices were heard and I wish they could have communicated to have their contributions in the event, because I think everyone in a group, I think everyone's voices should be heard and what they want for the event. I also think communication is really important because especially as an RA, you have to balance school, specifically RA, and then any other things, social, anything, and it can be really difficult to balance. But I think communication, especially with your group members, is always very important. And I would just voice that I could always help them in the future. For the second question, I have a family friend. She is a lot younger than me. Right now she's 10, but when this conversation happened, she was 9. But I love her very much, but she can be attached and want to be very close always to someone that she loves, and it's very flattering, and I'm always very flattered when she wants to be close to me, but I can get claustrophobic when people are really close to me or always by me, and I needed a moment to breathe when I was with her, so I needed to tell her that, but I needed to think about what I wanted to say to her, and I had a difficult conversation with her. I did it in a way that didn't hurt her, and it actually ended up with us having a better and stronger relationship because of it, but I had to think about her feelings and what I was going to say before I said it, so I wouldn't damage our relationship, but I wouldn't damage her self-esteem or anything because she is so young. And I think this will help me if I get the RA position, because I think challenges will come up with residents and I, or residents and residents, and I will know how to go through that because of my experience with her. And I've had a couple other experiences with kids and their siblings, and to manage and help all of that because I babysat a lot in high school. And I know kids aren't the same as residents, but I think issues can go through life, and just knowing how to manage that is really important. But I just want to be there for residents and support them and be in their shoes and know how they feel, and I think I definitely can do that. I want respect in a conversation, and I want them to know I will and can support them. For the third question, I think I can be very empathetic and sympathetic, especially to someone who has mental health issues, because I have gone through mental health issues and they were really bad in COVID. And I got the help I needed from therapy, so I can be in someone's shoes when they have mental health issues. And in middle school, one of my friends, she had suicidal thoughts, and she voiced me that she wanted to go forth with that. And I went through this whole battle of telling or not telling, because I knew she would be mad if I did tell, but I didn't want her to go through with that. So I told, and she got the help that she needed, but she wasn't friends with me and she was really mad at me. But I don't regret my choice because I didn't want her to go through with that. So in this case, just like in middle school, I would talk to the resident, and just get in touch. I wouldn't start being like, oh, I heard someone said you had mental health issues. I would just check in, do like a one-on-one conversation, see how they're doing. And then if they did open up to me about mental health struggles, then I would talk to them about CAPS, because I think that's a great program at UCSC. And then if they didn't open up to me, I would want to do a second meeting or third to see if they can open up. And then if they don't, then I would refer them to CAPS, because I think that's really important. And I also think maybe the DRC, because they can help with like mental health issues and getting access and help in classes. And if this person hadn't been to classes, I think communication with their teachers about what's going on and the DRC could help that. I would just want to make sure that they are comfortable with me and would want to voice what's going on. But my main thing is I wouldn't be something's wrong with you. I just would want to help. And that would be my role as an RA specifically. I think one-on-one conversations are really important to just get people comfortable. And then when people are comfortable with other people, no matter if it's an RA and a resident, they can open up. And I would want any of my residents to do that, because if they needed help, I could be there to help them. And that's just what I want to be in an RA. I would definitely have like an open door policy. I would be bubbly all the time. This year, my roommates and I have a doorstop and we use it all the time. That's how I know everyone on my floor. And my floor isn't very social. I'm definitely the social one, but I know everyone and I say hi to everyone, and I would want my floor to be like that. Not everyone being best friends, but just everyone being comfortable with saying hi to everyone, and I would want to create a space like that. And I think with people with different interests, I think it's totally fine. I have friends that I don't have complete interest with, and we're still friends, we're still people. If I like the person and the personality, then I can always connect with them. And even if I can't, I always find something that I like about them or that we can connect on that I think would be very useful in an RA resident situation, that I could be close with someone. And if they weren't didn't want to be super close, I would get that, but I would check in and make sure that they're doing okay. I just always want to be there for the residents, and if they don't want to have conversations with me, then I would definitely touch base, try to talk to them in person, see what's going on. We don't need to be best friends, but I want them to be comfortable with me and like me and respect me enough to follow the rules, but also if they need help, then I will always be there to help them. Okay, for the last question, I would use my understanding of social justice and equity to stand up for residents and everyone on campus who can't and who feel like they can't use their voice because they actually can't, or they're just nervous too. I would want to talk to my residents about what they want to see change and what they want better in campus life, but also our floor and our living situation. I think everyone should be on an equal and starting level playing field, and I would want to advocate for people on my floor, residents, people I know as a RA, to give that to them. I also think connections and mental health can really impact social justice. So as an RA, I would really want to advocate for mental health caps and just create an event that people are comfortable at and want to go to because they feel safe.